Hi Stampers, it's Nancy from stampandshout.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Ups demonstrator and I'm here to share with you my cards and crafts. Today is February 19th, 2022 and we are nearing the end of the current celebration season. Celebration is a Stampin' Up special where you spend $50 and you get to choose an item from the Celebration catalog. So I wanted to share with you one of my favorite items that I got from the Celebration catalog, and it's called the Daffodil Afternoon Designer Series paper. So I got this pack of paper for free. Like I said, Stampin' Up has this promo going on right now, Celebration, where you spend $50 and you get to pick a free item. So this is one of the items I got, and it's 12 sheets of 12 by 12 double-sided paper, 6 different designs, and I wanted to share with you the paper, show you this paper, and then show you some of the cards I made, and then at the end we'll make a really cute little simple fun fold card. So let's see, Daffodil Afternoon, double-sided 12 by 12, and it uses the colors of Basic Black, Crushed Curry, Daffodil Delight, Evening Evergreen, Flirty Flamingo, Mint Macaron, Mossy Meadow, Pale Papaya, Pear Pizzazz, and Very Vanilla. So you'll see the cards that I made. I have a theme going with the Pale Papaya and the Very Vanilla. So this paper is just so pretty, and there's so much you can do with it. I like it because one side has beautiful flower design and the other side you can use for anything. It's more of just a pattern. So it's great for all seasons, guy cards, everything. And okay, so this, and here, okay, that's the other side. But I used this paper and I made this card. So I also used the Hello Ladybug punch, which we'll talk about in a little bit when I show you the card that we're going to make today. I used the medium daisy punch and the circle framelits. I cut out a couple of circles and this pretty gingham, black and white gingham ribbon. So there's that paper, and this one's coming up, this paper here. You'll see it as I'm flipping through here. So beautiful design. Okay, and then there's this paper here. Love this. And when I saw this, it inspired me to make this card. So this is using the Wildcats bundle. I stamped the little tiger and punched it out or cut it out. And there's the little layering circles, and it says, "Thanks, you're the beast." And again, I used that gingham ribbon. I like this gingham ribbon. It seems to go with everything. So there's the card I made with this paper. Let's see what's on the other side of this. Yep, and there is that pattern up there. So I used each of these on that card. And then this paper, oh, I love this. This is a lot. This is so simple. You just cut out the size that you need for the front of your card and add your sentiment, and there you go. You have a card, and here's the card that I made. So I actually cut out a piece of that designer series paper, and then I cut it into strips and layered it on a piece of Basic Black, and then I have my Pale Papaya cardstock, and I used the double oval punch. And Happy Easter, that sentiment is from Celebrating You. Lots of great sentiments here. So we're going to use the Happy Birthday in the card that we're going to make in a little bit. So let's see what other, there's that striped paper with the Pale Papaya and the Flirty Flamingo. Look at this. This is the paper we're going to use today when we make our card, and that's the flip side. So lots of pretty paper there, and again, that's free in the Celebration catalog. So we're going to make I guess you call it a book bound card. So I'm using the Pale Papaya, and that's 5.5 by 5.5, and I went ahead and scored it at 1 1/4. So let me just give that a good crease. Then I have a piece of that pretty designer series paper, and this is cut to 5.5 by 4 1/4, and we're going to kind of put it in there like that. So it's kind of got like a little book bind element to it. Then I have a piece for the inside, Very Vanilla, and I went ahead and cut this out. So this is about 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then I cut it out using the Scalloped contour dies. So let me just get this unstuck. So we're going to use that on the inside. So the Scalloped contour dies, that's this set right here. Also comes with the stamp set. We're going to use this, like I said, we are using it for the card we're making. I'm going to use another one of those scallops in a second. So you just have to go ahead and break away these little leftover pieces of paper that are in there. So we'll finish that in a second. Let's get to the main part of our card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put adhesive on this part, and let's see here. I think I'm going to use the double-sided tape. You could use glue or you could use a snail. You want to make sure it's really stuck. So I'm going to use that. I'll do 2. And I'm going to make this into a birthday card. So I already know who I'm going to send it to. Her birthday is in May, so I am way ahead of the game here. So what I'm going to do is just take off that little sticky layer. Okay, and then I'm going to lay this right in here. I'm going to go like this, make sure it's nice and straight, and I'm just going to close this like that. And that is going to be the front of our card. So what else are we going to do? We're going to bring in some scraps, and I have a scrap of black and Flirty Flamingo, and like I said, I am using the Hello Ladybug stamps and the punch. So we're going to create a ladybug, and I'm going to do that by punching the black piece, and I'm also going to punch a Flirty Flamingo. I only need the circle part of this, so I can even just use a little piece. And then I'm going to bring in my paper snips. I'm going to just cut off that little piece, and I just want a couple of strips here. So I'm going to just eyeball it and cut off a strip there. This strip here I'm not going to use, and then I'm going to cut off one more strip. Then I'm going to bring in my glue, and I'm just going to glue it right onto that ladybug body. Okay, my glue's not coming out. This is a brand new bottle, so let me get that glue going here. Hang on a second. I'm just gonna, I have a little paper clip here. You know what? Here is my new bottle, right here. All right, so let's put a little bit of glue and I'm going to glue that right there. Then I'm going to take the next strip and make a space and glue that there. So just so you know, ladybugs come in all colors, and they come in different patterns. Some of them have spots, some don't. So and if you go back to, let's see, this card here, you can see I made it looks like a bumblebee. So yeah, you can be really creative with this ladybug set. Now I'm going to bring in a piece of vellum and bring back my punch, and I'm just going to cut out the wings, punch that out. Then I'm going to bring in a glue dot. My glue dots are a mess. So let's see here. Find a glue dot. And I'm just going to attach that to my ladybug right there. So that's going to go on our card. Then we're going to build this together in a second. What did I do next? Then I took a piece of scrap of the Very Vanilla and the Happy Birthday stamp that's in the Celebrating You right there. And I used polished pink. Just stamped Happy Birthday. And then I'm going to go back to my contouring dies, my scalloped contour dies, and I did this ahead of time. This is my favorite part of this card. I got to show you this cute technique. So then I went ahead and ran that through the cutting machine. So again, you would just stamp it and lay your die on there and cut it out. And when you do, you just have to break away these little holes again. And then I'll show you what I did. You're going to like this. I took a needle with some black twine and I just started sewing through all those little holes to create that pretty little edge. This reminds me of those cards. Do you guys remember when you were young? You used to have the sewing cards. I used to love those. It come with, I think you sewed them with like a big piece of yarn. So I did this ahead of time. I just wanted to show you how I did this, and I'll show you what it looks like when you're all done. So again, just get a needle with a big eye and kind of go all the way around. And when you're done, it ends up with that. Isn't that pretty? Simple, but just something different to do. So I think what I'm going to do is just deciding where I want to put my ladybug. And let me bring in my dimensionals. So first I want to look. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of the ladybug and on the back of the sentiment, but I'm not sure where I want it to go yet. So we'll figure that out together. So again, I just taped the back of that twine on the back of the sentiment there when I got all done. So now we're going to kind of look to see where we want this. So I think I want that ladybug there, so it kind of overlaps on this little cardstock. And I think I'll put the happy birthday right at the top there. So let's go ahead and stick this down, and then we'll do the inside. So I'm just kind of center it right here. I really like that twine around there. I might even just put it there. No, I think I'm going to keep it over here. I've made a card like this before where I wrapped a ribbon around there, but I think this is good, just like that. So that's the front of our card. Then for the inside, I'll bring this piece back in, finish getting rid of some of these. Uh-oh, we didn't cut all the way through. I'm going to have to do this one again. But let me see here. We can finish it together, and I can, if I need to, I can redo this off camera to finish my card. But I want you to see how pretty it looks on this pale papaya cardstock when you use this scallop die. So it's going to go right there. Isn't that pretty? So this when you do this layout, you have that designer paper on the front and then on the inside when you open it up. And then this is going to go right here. Let me finish breaking these away. I guess I could have had this done before I came on camera too. Didn't think it was going to take this long. You guys can stick around for a minute, right? So again, I do have the information for this card and all the supplies I used on my blog, which is stampandshout.com. I have one little piece here that's being stubborn. So after you watch this video, you can go over to my blog and you'll see the pictures of all these cards and all the supplies that I used. And like I said, celebration is ending February 28th, so if you're interested in picking up this paper, you want to hurry up and do that now. So that's how that's going to go. I think it's going to go this way. And I'm going to stamp. Again, I'm going to bring in the polished pink, and I'm going to use the sentiment from the Hello Ladybug that says, "May your greatest wish come true." And I want that to be real bright, so I'm going to use the polished pink. Yep, pretty. And I'm just going to put that right there. I think I'm going to stamp that one more time. Do over. Okay, so that's going to go there. So we're just going to glue that down. But again, I do love this. I'm going to use this side. I do love this paper because I like this design, because layout, because you can see both sides of the paper. So it's kind of a nice layout when you have pretty paper that you want to show off. So we're just going to lay that down. Like that. So there you go. I think I'm going to put a little something there. Let me see here. I thought I had my rhinestones out. Let's see if I have them handy. Of course not. I can't find them. But I am going to put a little black enamel dot right there when I find them. So that will take, here's the one I did earlier. You can see I put a little rhinestone on the bumblebee. So there's our card. So I like that little threading around the sentiment. Kind of really adds a little bit more texture to our card. And then the inside has the scalloped, so you can see through it for that pretty pale papaya to show through. And there's that pretty designer paper. I just love it, so pretty. So again, this designer series paper is called Daffodil Afternoon. And there are 4 cards that I made. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me at stampandshout@gmail.com. Visit my blog. I'll have all the information there for the card we made today and all the supplies I used. And again, any questions, just let me know. I'm here to help you guys. Hope you enjoyed my video. Don't be shy. Stamp and shout.